Good evening, everyone. Under fair use, I would like to share a couple clips that this YouTuber is also sharing in his video. This guy's name is David Vose, Vose. So if you want, you can check out his channel. I do watch his stuff occasionally. Yeah, this is scary, especially for the homeless and, targeted individuals. Because their number one rule in their playbook is to try and play the crazy card on TIs. And those of you out there who are real TIs, you know what I'm talking about. So let's find out what's going on here. Yeah, this is crazy, you guys. It's happening. And yeah, let's watch this.
So what happens when a genius starts pushing back against the system? A young man in BC was detained and forced into a psych ward after spreading awareness about state overreach in Canada.
This is Dr. Emery. He's a resident psychiatrist, senior resident. Right. So I'm going to certify you under the Mental Health Act. We're going to bring you to the hospital, do testing on you, and you're going to talk to a psychiatrist in a controlled environment because we don't believe that you're going to attend an appointment.
I've never been given a chance to attend an appointment.
His name was Nicholas Wagter, and he was detained by police officers after they claimed he was certified by Dr. Christine Taylor, who for some reason had all of her online profiles completely wiped. She apparently evaluated him at a coffee shop where he was holding a meet and greet to connect with people when she and her associates ambushed him and didn't even talk to him for 2 seconds before he stormed out.
I'm a physician.
Okay, so I'm going to leave. Because what I'm going to tell you is that what you're doing right now is illegal.
How is it illegal?
What is it? It's an ambush is what you're doing.
It's a mental health assessment, and we need to know what's going on with you.
Yeah.
The weird part is he circled back to the cafe and found that everyone in the cafe seemed to be undercover. One person had a gun, the others had wires and walkie-talkies like they were setting up a sting operation. They're claiming that in that 2-second interaction, the psychiatrist had enough evidence to certify him. Well, I looked into BC's policy for involuntary admission, and they have 4 conditions before they can admit anyone, and literally only one condition was met. The person is deemed by a doctor not suitable as a voluntary patient. So the state actually gave doctors the power to admit anyone they deem unwell into a psychiatric ward without their consent. See, here's the kicker. This all happened after Nicholas had been going around to a bunch of MPs' offices telling them that the government has been passing authoritarian clauses into law, which we all know, that could destroy our sovereignty. This is the document he gave them. It's called China Vancouver Attempt, where he says China and the corrupt Canadian government are trying to turn Vancouver into a Chinese dictatorship police state. In the document, he lists authoritarian bills like C8, C9, C15, and C21. He also says Carney is colluding with China to sell Vancouver to them by First Nations bands and DRIPA. This is not a crazy person. He graduated from Western University in biophysics. In 2025, he actually wrote a paper on the unified theory of gravity, aka quantum gravity, the combination of Einstein's general relativity with quantum mechanics. It got over 900 downloads. Canada is creating their own thought police. Doctors can deem you mentally unwell and force you into a mental institution against your will with no evidence. The people who are calling out the corruption are being targeted, called crazy, and put into mental institutions. I put a link to Nicholas's document down below. I encourage everyone read.
So Donald Trump signed an executive order that now targets the homeless and really anybody with a mental health condition. Restoring civil commitment. Making it easier for police officers, healthcare workers, like somebody in an ambulance, to be able to commit you. So, if you're talking to a police officer or you're talking to a mental health worker, do not tell them that you have any mental health issues unless you need help. Because if you tell them, for instance, you're bipolar, that could be a basis to have you committed.
Tonight, this viral video of a Michigan single father chasing down a tow truck is sweeping social media. Rachel Torres has the story.
That could be a basis to have you committed. And you better believe CoreCivic is going to be profiting off of civil commitments, just like they do with detainees and inmates. It's a money-making scheme, and it's also a scheme to target society's undesirables, according to Republican current MAGA theology. And if you've never been committed, it is a fucking horrible motherfucking process. Way worse than going to the penitentiary. I was committed once after an attempt. I got put in a medically induced coma, woke up, and they did something called the Annex 2000. And when you're committed, you have to be monitored for 72 hours. I had to see 3 psychologists, and you got to pass a little test. They ask you a bunch of questions over these 3 days. It's basically like being in jail. They try to drug you. They throw all sorts of drugs in your system. They put me on like 1 million milligrams of Wellbutrin, made me throw up. I'd never been on any mental health medication in my life. And they just drugged the shit out of me. And then, if you don't pass their little test after 72 hours, they'll fully commit you. And if you get fully committed, you're going to be there for at least 14 days. But I had a motherfucking lawyer. So I got the fuck up out of there. But people that don't have the means to be able to get the fuck up out of there are not going to be able to. And they're going to drug them to keep them there. Welcome to Incarceration Nation, man. Let's not set up infrastructure to house the homeless, which would be a fraction of the cost of what it costs to commit, incarcerate, or detain someone, which is about $60,000 a year federally. So, you ever get pulled over, you keep your medical information to yourself unless you are needing help, because they will use it against you.
So the reason why we're actually here is we're actually a part of the Behavioral Health Bureau with the Sheriff's Department. So it's a new bureau that they created regarding mental health status and mental health concerns that people have. So we just want to come and talk to you and see how everything's going, see if there's anything we can help with.
Quiet. The mental health. So how did you get a hold of it? If you don't do that willingly, we're going to have to take you with us.
Why do you want to take me to the hospital when I just told you I'm okay and I don't feel like I need to go?
We're recording as well.
I know.
There's no video on our chest.
So tell me why you want to take me to the hospital when I said I'm okay and you barged into my house without my knowledge while I was sleeping. You walked into my room and banged down my door without my knowledge, without a warrant.
Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. A mentally ill man was brutally beaten to death by 2 police officers simply because he couldn't remember his own birthday.
A Christian man said that Christians need to stand up against attacks and persecution. And the next thing you know, British police showed up at his door with a mental health professional out of concern, of course, for him and his safety. Watch this.
People raise concerns about your views, that you've got concerns about what's going on in Australia.
Yeah, sorry, I'm an Orthodox Christian. Now you've turned up at my house because I went to see my priest. So I'm going to get you all on film because this is going straight to my solicitor.
So what are your concerns? Is there anything that we can help with?
No.
Hello guys, David Vos here. It's a beautiful day.
Alright, you guys, so, yeah, the undesirables, targeted individuals, homeless people, anyone who thinks differently than the majority makes you an undesirable. So, do you believe the Bible? Do you think there could be aliens and UFOs? I mean, that's something the frickin' military is admitting to now. So if you believe that or believe Armageddon, the rapture, angels, demons, hybrid creatures, fallen angels, then what? They can deem you as needing mental health help and have you locked up against your will? Well, I know it happened to me once. Yeah. But after 3 days, they released me because I'm not crazy. I have a very good mind, and I love to learn things. Knowledge, knowledge is power. When you don't know certain things, it can hurt you. I don't know, I just think it's horrible what is being done to people, especially if you're a TI, because people can lie against you. You know what I'm saying? Like the neighborhood watch groups. And I've seen videos where TIs have talked to some of the perpetrators, gang stalkers, whatever you want to call them. And they admitted that they were getting paid to harass people, follow them around, do strange hand gestures, say certain words, or, like they all do. And they deliberately try to make you appear as you're mentally unstable when you're not. When everything that's being done to you is really happening and is crazy as it may sound, it's the truth. And they know. They are well aware of what's going on. They are well aware of who you are. And they're getting paid to stalk and harass innocent people because they think differently. Their beliefs are different. But mind you, me as a woman, born female, if I was to say, you know what, I want to be a man and I want to be addressed as a man, or I feel like I'm a cat, so I want to be addressed as a feline. Do you see my point? You can go say any of that and it's okay. I mean, hell, they even got pride parades coming up in June to celebrate, the LGBTQ movement, where men can say they're women and women can say they're men, and nobody thinks anything of that. That's normal. That's not crazy. That's not being mentally ill for you to want to go in and have your body mutilated and turned into the opposite gender. Oh, that's fine. But if you believe in angels or demons or what's written in the Bible, which is the #1 selling book, and churches, you see my point, you guys? If you believe in that kind of stuff, or aliens, or maybe that you're not of this world, because Jesus said the people he came for were not of this world, and neither is he. So if you believe that, and you have spiritual things happening to you, and they label that as a delusion, whatever they want to label it. And you know what just upsets me is there's no scientific evidence that all these mental health problems are even legit. It's just someone making up these problems, these disorders, so then they can drug you and put you on medication And there's no scientific evidence. It's just mankind making up shit as they go along and deeming you as crazy if you believe the Bible, if you believe there's UFOs. But you can believe that you're the opposite gender and want to go mutilate your body, have your breasts removed and have them make you a penis, and nothing's wrong with you. You're not suffering from a mental health disorder. But God forbid you believe in the true God and the angels, and that there are hybrids and devils and all types of things. I mean, go back and look through history. It shows them. So why are people using the crazy card on that? Maybe it's because they know it's the truth and they don't like people talking about the truth, so they try to discredit you and make you shut up. That's what they do. But the world is talking about it now more and more. Aliens, UFOs, hybrid beings. So what is the big effing deal? I can believe what I want to believe. I am not unstable in my thinking. I have a sound mind. I do not drink alcohol or do narcotic drugs or smoke weed. None of that. I'm intelligent. I love to learn. And I don't desire to harm myself or harm anyone else. I say let people believe what they want, even if it goes against what you think or what you believe. Leave people alone. Just leave people alone. But they won't stop. Yeah, and if you say you're a TI, oh boy. Yeah. That'll be another reason for them to say, well, are you being paranoid? What makes you think all these people are doing this to you? Why would they want to do it to you? Blah, 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 blah. And they know. They know. So, I just want to share this. Again, this guy's channel. Let me click on it. Right there it is. So you see the spelling if you want to go check him out. So with that said, you guys, have a wonderful day, and I put pretty much almost all my videos on private. Just because I felt to do it right now, so. But this one's going to be uploaded, so it is 6:51 p.m. on June 4th, 2026. So I will talk to you all when I talk to you. God bless.